So here we are, got good old Magna and Yami gambling with some stupid shit, and not to mention Asta, Noel, first mission on the Black Balls. So already beginning stuff, and there was some questionable stuff about this episode as well. Let's just jump right into it because, oh boy, and all that. I think if people wanted to talk about pacing and all that, then this episode decided to go to a nice grinding style, but at the cost, it did give us some hilarious comedy. So a lot of the majority of the episode was we got to see Asta just honestly dicking around. He's like, cleaning, oh, I'm taking care, I'm pretending to be a good person. He's just roaming around, and then he's like, by the way, what do Magic Knights actually do? I just kind of signed up for this whole dream shit without, researching it because, that's what typically every shonen protagonist has to do, where it's I said I was going to commit to this, but I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. And basically, if anything, the best way to describe it, it's kind of you have a giant monster hunter board for the most part, and you just do missions. That's all it is, and you get stars, and if you fuck up, you get negative stars. It's pretty much the most part, and everyone was kind of explaining their own kind of deal of, what they do. And they added a lot to this episode, and I had to look back on the manga to see where some of this stuff wasn't canon and all, but they decided to add one tiny little joke between Magna and Yami, and they stretch it to I believe half of the episode, or a good chunk of the episode is dedicated to this bet that they lost, where they were getting enjoying themselves, gambling away, and they lost to this one random dude that was hey, you can have all your shit back, but you're doing a job for me on the house. You're taking care, they're literally, the job is to hunt some boars or some shit. It's just these little flaming boars, and it's alright, just take care of this monster hunter shit, you'll be fine. And honestly, how the episode progresses through there is that we get to see Magna's alright man, I'm coming with you two and all that, because A, Noel, you can't control your magic, Asta, you're a thing of your own, so fuck that. And then he's let's go on my sweet ride. It's this is called the Crazy Cyclone, and I'm look at this Yankee piece of shit with his fucking Harley Davidson motorbike broom that he's got in it. Oh, I love it. It's just so stupid. And he's there, and he's so happy, and he's revving it up, and he's yucking it up in the lands, and we're having just laughs and adventures. They're flying up, and that's the thing. That's the majority of the episode right there. There wasn't too much to really say about it. However, they did add some things where they showed off the villain a lot more earlier than what they did in the manga. The manga, they just pretty much just see him and they go straight at him. But no, in this one, it's you actually get to see him. He takes out the deers, and he seems he's having some him and his goonies are going after this village where this the guy that they had the bet from, which I found some interesting information about him recently, but I'm not gonna mention. Honestly, for the villain, I'll say about this much and all that. I'm not excited for this villain because he's pretty much just that. He's really nothing for the most part. But I will say there was an interesting little tidbit that I did find out about him. And I will say, you can definitely tell, they were really stretching for this point. The fact that it was half the chapter, because I was oh shit, there's, they just go straight to the village, and then there's, shit happens. Honestly, for the people that still haven't, read the manga, but I will say that much, though, right? And I feel they really just want to turn this whole volume into, just a single, 12 episodes or so. So, maybe, if anything, I'm wondering as well, are they really trying to, spice up, the villain kind of at the end with a lot more of the flashy ending? Because if I remember correctly in the manga, it wasn't that much of an intense fight. It had some, some good character moments here and there, but then, again, it's, really early on, and I still think Black Clover's greatest weakness is its early start. I think it really doesn't improve till later on. But even still, I did have fun with this episode, I did have fun with the jokes, but the people who still I want to see the canon stuff, I want to keep, going off, and I want to keep seeing all the stuff that's everyone's been hyping up for, yeah, we're gonna have to wait a while. And I'm still enjoying it. This is someone that prefers the manga for the most part, but there are some great moments. I love Magna, I love the whole antics that he's having there with Yami. But it will do something. Sometimes I wouldn't be surprised some people said for the most part this felt filler. I have heard, but I do enjoy it for the most part. But with the whole next coming little stuff that we're gonna be having onto there, it's fine. Honestly, I thought the episode was fine for the most part, but it was not oh my god, I don't need to see this as soon as possible. Like again, like let me just see it again. But I can't wait for like some of the stuff that they're going to be doing in the next week's episode. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But that's all from me. Thank you as always for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys though next time.